Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 on Langreskaya. Our heroes today are going to be Oblivion, playing as the Ostir, or Wehrmacht faction, in the red. And his opponent is going to be Mr. Spartak, playing as the Soviets in the blue. So right off the bat, we do see that Spartak has gone for tier 1, but he did get himself a conscript squad, so not going to be going all penals all the time. In fact, well, I mean, considering how early it's coming out, I would assume penals are going to be coming out next. No, wow, a conscript squad is the second unit, so why did he build tier 1? Well, I guess we'll find out, but yeah, Mr. Spartak decided to build tier 1 right off the bat and not utilize it. Oblivion, for his part, built tier 1 like you would expect most Ostirs to do, although, you know, we've been seeing a decent amount of Ostruppen, so, you know, not necessary, but still, even then, tier 1 generally comes down. And for his part, has gotten himself 2 Grens to start off the game. We have Grens, and they are currently capping on the right-hand side. On the south left-hand side, we have Spartak capturing with his combat engineers. Conscripts moving out onto the field right now, with another conscript squad going to the far left to get itself that fuel. Oblivion now going to be getting himself an MG, so nice, utilizing his tier 1, and MGs are quite strong and, let's say, popular right now. And I mean, he could get the penal battalion right now, so I don't know what's going on. We see conscripts laying down some sandbags as they are capturing territory. Pretty standard, pretty good, you know, not anything weird or anything. So there we go, we now see Spartak calling in, or building, I suppose, a scout car, Soviet scout car. So interesting. I can only assume that he's going to get flamethrower upgrades on his combat engineer squad then, but it's a little bit early for that. He does need 60 munitions, and as you can tell, he's only halfway there. That is why usually, at least in the past, when you would go tier 1 into scout car with a flamer on top, you would get like 3 conscript squads at least, you know, to start off with, and then get the scout car. But even by itself, the scout car is a decent amount of firepower. It's mobile firepower, and it'll still get those units behind that MG. So, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just not what you usually see. So we'll see how it pans out over here for Mr. Spartak. For his part, we see Oblivion gonna go ahead and build himself a bunker on the far right-hand side of the map, and I can only assume, considering the positioning, that he's gonna be upgrading that with an MG right as he gets his 60 munitions. An interesting choice, nonetheless, but, well, I mean, we did see that game a couple casts ago with Fortune, where he himself actually laid down a fighting position with a 50 cal, and that worked out great for him. He locked down the territory, you know, the entire game. That fighting position didn't go down at all, so, you know, as much as it is unusual, I suppose, it's not bad by any means, so we'll see how it pans out. For the meantime, though, it looks like he is going to be securing that fuel pretty much for a big chunk of the game, although we do have the scout car and the potential of a flamethrower, so it could go down, but we'll see. Anyway, Spartak going for his engagement. He goes up to the northern center of the map, gonna go for the cutoff apparently, but there is a Grand Squad nearby to defend it for Mr. Oblivion, and he does have, or well, Spartak has the scout car there for support. Again, it doesn't have a flamethrower, so it doesn't really have to run on top of the enemy that he wants to kill, and it always has that 50 cal on top that provides a lot of damage. And the Grand Squad is forced away, but we do have 2 MGs on the field for Mr. Oblivion. One MG catching those conscripts out in the open. Second one setting up a little bit off range. Moves up a little bit further because it was not able to shoot at anything. And it will allow the cutoff point to remain intact. The conscripts crawl out of the range of one of the MGs, only to get shot by the second one as it moves into range. Forced away, down to 2 men on one of the squads, and the rest of them make it out of there alive. Even if it's just barely. Medics are getting research here for Mr. Spartak, so he will get those troops up and working in full order. And we see, ooh, a sniper coming into the game for Mr. Spartak. We haven't seen the Soviet sniper in ages, even though it is still the popular belief that the snipers are imbalanced because of the simple fact that the Soviet team has 2 men rather than 1. I mean, we haven't seen Soviet snipers being utilized that much. I mean, once upon a time, they were pretty much the meta, but, you know, things have changed. So it looks like Spartak is No, actually no. It looked like he wanted to put the snipers inside the scout car, but no, he's going to send them out on his own, and these are lady snipers, so they are strong and independent women. They don't need no scout car for them. Conscripts moving out. Scout car again, just sitting around there. The combat engineer does have enough for a flamethrower, but it doesn't look like Spartak is really interested in doing that, apparently. Would behoove him to do so, I would assume. I mean, flamethrower scout car is pretty much a standard and, well, standard way of using a scout car. And it, you know, does a lot. Oblivion has shown his hand in the fact that he has 2 MGs on the field. And those can go down very quickly with a nicely placed scout car with a flamethrower. But we'll see. Tier 2 going down for Mr. Oblivion. He has already laid down his med bunker, so not skipping anything for Oblivion. He's going to go very slow, very standard, and get himself all that tech. Sniper on the field, getting some shots inside the house. Remember, snipers do have a 50% chance to miss inside a house. However, so far it looks like the sniper team is doing rather well. 2 men have been killed from the MG team. Shot flies. There goes another one. Down to 1 man on the MG. That MG may be lost, but no. Looks like Oblivion not going to take any risk. Pops the sniper, not the sniper, but the MG out and instantly retreats, allowing him to keep the weapon. Sniper having suffered some damage as they took a couple bullets while they were taking aim. They retreat. They're still alive. They have medics back at base, so they'll just, you know, heal up, save themselves a little bit of manpower, and come back onto the field relatively soon. So a bit of a passive game. We have both players being very slow with their aggression. We now have a 2-2-1 on the field for Oblivion, getting upgraded to a 2-2-2, and it's going to pop right now. There it goes. So that'll help him against the Soviet Scout Car. But again, the Soviet Scout Car not really turning out to be the cornerstone here for Spartak. He has not really invested much in using it. We do have Flamethrower now finally equipped on the Combat Engineer, so there it goes, finally inside the Scout Car. But the Scout Car is sitting back at base, not really doing anything. We now see Spartak spending his manpower as he was floating quite a bit in producing 2 conscript squads. Could have actually, you know, spread out the expenditure, just go for a conscript squad and a penal battalion on the second one if you were delayed a little bit there, and spend it a little bit quicker, but yeah, I guess it's fine. Doesn't really matter too much. And we also see... No, never mind. Conscript squad will be going down here. Yeah, there's no way it's going to make it out of there alive. Ran itself into the center of all the things. Double Grands, an MG, and a 2-2-2 shooting at it. Right-hand side, conscripts going for the strategic point. They're going to have to retreat and retreat now. They do get an 18-8 going off on the 2-2-2, which gets it created on the engine, but to what, you know, purpose? Not really much. The conscript squad will probably go down. No, barely makes it out of there, and there wasn't any follow-up, so... While I'm, again, like I've mentioned in the past, it isn't entirely useless to throw AT grenades off, even if you're not going to kill anything, because the damage goes through and the damage counts towards the veterancy. These guys need to focus fire the car if he wants to kill it, but it looks like he's not going to. No, there he goes, but he's going to get himself killed. Come on. There you go. Okay. So, a little bit too late there, but there you go. Doctrine selection for Spartak. He goes for the guard rifle combined arms tactics. We haven't seen that doctrine be used in ages. That was one of the more popular doctrines early on in the game. Remember when Hit the Dirt was massively overpowered? Hit the Dirt, you used to basically get, I believe, 50% accuracy, I believe, received. Like, yeah, I mean, like, you basically take half damage because you'd be hit less often. But you could actually stack that with cover. So if you put a conscript squad in green cover and then hit the dirt, they were pretty much indestructible. Like, it would be extremely difficult for them to get taken out. We see the scout car managing to get itself behind that MG bunker, but just barely. Flamethrower will be going to work here, but it looks like they're going to repair the scout car first before they do anything, sitting right behind the enemy forces. And there is a mortar nearby which could actually nail it, so it needs to be... They actually need to move. I think this is going to go very badly here for Spartak. But anyways, yeah, Hit the Dirt was too much. And yeah, then it got rebalanced in certain ways until it is in its current form, where it essentially gives your squads yellow cover, regardless of where they are. So not even green cover. So like right here in the open, they can hit the dirt, and they get yellow cover. It also indirectly improves damage, I suppose. Because since they are hitting the dirt and they're not moving like for explosions and things like that, they are just continuously aiming and shooting. So, you know, you do get a little bit of an extra benefit. The scout car on the right-hand side did end up dying. I mean, I can only assume it died to the Grens and a Faust. No? Well, we'll see what ended up getting. Let's see. Scout. Car. We'll put that in the picture. Combat Engineer Scout will be going down. It just sits there, although it does explode in a ball of flame and actually kills another of the Pio members, but they actually stay alive, so nothing much happened. But yeah, I was reminiscing about Hit the Dirt. I loved Hit the Dirt. You gotta hit that dirt. Hit it hard. Combat Engineers getting replaced here as the squad was lost in the far right-hand side. Oblivion, though, has lost quite a bit. We saw an MG get killed and stolen. It is currently retreating back to base. I'll see if I can catch the MG as well while things are going on. That was around the 11-minute mark. No, 11, not 12. Dumbass. And there we go. And he is himself down to just 2 Grens and a Pio squad for combat infantry. So, yeah, I mean, Oblivion not really having too much fun here. He did end up losing his 2-2-2 over here, which, again, I missed. Wow, I'm all over the place. Why am I not able to catch things happening? I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to catch it all in a overlay, considering multiple things are happening at the same time. Wow. Jeez, the mortar got killed too. Wow. Okay, so yeah, mortar got killed. I guess I'll have to take a look at everything and see what is the most impressive and important engagement, and we'll try and catch those in the picture. So guard squad out on the field, throwing a grenade at the approaching Grens, managing to not hit anything, and get themselves hit with the rifle grenade. However, a flanking PPSH-equipped conscript squad get itself right on top of that MG. That MG is going to be going down, packs up, tries to retreat, but the Pio squad is not going to be enough to protect it. Down to 1 man, trying to pack up and take that MG, but oh, it does make it out of there. We do have another MG getting built and out on the field for Oblivion, so it manages to suppress that conscript squad. And the Pios, well, they do what they can. Doctrine selection for Oblivion, and that is the Mechanized Assault Doctrine, as we see the Stuggy with its short stubby barrel coming out onto the field. The MG42 that got stolen by Spartak is now in its sights. It's actually going to take a lot of damage. They're very clumped up. As soon as it actually gets a hit and stops hitting the terrain in front of it, that MG42 is going to take a massive amount of damage. Manages to miss everything. The conscripts spread out and are now no longer in a very clumped up fashion. Hit goes down, ends up picking up and forcing. Oh, there's the hit that we were looking for. Down to 3 men. Only 2 killed in that, so it wasn't too big a deal. But yeah, that was good. The Stuggy's always going to be a painus. Sniper has gotten 10 kills for Spartak so far. We haven't really seen him in the game because I've been talking and looking at other things, but it's been doing rather well. Almost about to get veteran C1. Conscripts Ura forward, but there is an MG42 in the center of the map and an LMG equipped Gren, so only managing to get themselves shot up. And we now have tier 4 going down for Spartak. Pretty good selection because without tier 2 he doesn't have access to AT guns, but with tier 4, of course, you have the notorious SU-85. The SU-85, well, it can basically eat the Stug 3 for breakfast and shit it out later that afternoon. And yeah, there's nothing much the Stug can do about it because it doesn't have a turret. Because you could say, well, if it can circle strafe it and get behind it or something, it'll do a lot of damage. Yeah, but it has to stop and turn itself around, so it is extremely unlikely that a Stuggy will do anything against a SU-85. Mines getting laid down over on the left-hand side for Spartak. Interesting decision to put him around there. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see if they get hit at some point. These, choke points are usually more classical in placement and such, but we'll see. But yeah, Oblivion going to be very passive here. He's not going to be pushing with his troops. He's just going to sit on his territory, lick his wounds, recover, reinforce, and all that, and move out onto the field. So, bit of a passive game stop by both LMG equipped Grens. Again, just sitting around. They're not even going to push forward and try to go for the points. And, I mean, that's a mistake there by Oblivion. Oblivion is just allowing Spartak to have most of the map. He has more than half the map right now, and he has 2 victory points to boot. I mean, he has troops right there, and a Stuggy to support. I mean, not a very far way for the Grins to go and try and cap that point. They should at least try. Combat Engineers over on the northern side, trying to cap some strategic points, get themselves burnt up, down to 1 man, forced away, but they make it out. Center map, we see a bit of a push here, as we have conscripts Urang, well, not Urang, actually just running slowpoke forward. Not going to get themselves suppressed, as that is an LMG, not a actual MG, but we do have the MG in the center. Su-85 taking some shots at the Stuggy taking the massive damage there, and the Su-85 sits in the rear and not pushing forward. Needs to set itself to prioritize vehicles. There it goes, finally. So it stops shooting at infantry, and the Stuggy back there is just a Stuggy. Conscripts on the other side of this house. We do see the mortar now working in the favor of Mr. Spartak, getting some shots in there on those Grens. The Grens, oh, the mortar actually ended up hitting friendlies, I believe. Nope. Gren squad down to 1 man, forced away. MG42 gonna get some shots at it, gets it suppressed on the side, and the Stuggy is now gonna have the support of a Stug, although we do have the Su-85 looking at it, and down goes the Stuggy. Nice pick up there for Spartak, as he no longer has to deal with 2. And we have a standard Stug on the field for Oblivion to try and fight the Su-85. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, yeah, Stugs, normal Stugs are really good and they have range and all that, but I don't think they outrange the Su-85. So once again, it has the same problem as the Stuggy, where it can get a flank on it, but it's going to be very difficult to keep it up. Usually, though, Panzer IV would probably be a better choice, because if you can catch the Su-85 out of position, you can circle strafe it and kill it with the turret. Pack gun would probably be more in this situation than the Stuggy. Well, not Stuggy, Stug. The Stug actually has a lot that it can do because of the infantry. Still 11 kills only for, actually 10, not 11. Still only 10 kills for Mr. Sniper here. Now moving out onto the field. Guard squad sitting in the center, getting itself pinned. The Sniper now out on the field, getting some shots going on the Grens. Grens taking some damage. The guards in the center is just sitting there in the light cover. Way to go. Stug trying to get some shots on the MG42 stolen team. I mean, it's shooting at it, but it's not doing too much. The Su-85 just sitting a little bit further back, not doing too much as well. Gonna move itself into the hole in the hedge. That should allow it to get that Stug. No? Should. I think the Stug noticed that it was being stared down by the barrel of a grenade. Grenade where? I heard grenade, but I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, nasty grenades hitting that conscript squad down to 2, forced away. We have a conscript squad on the top with PPS Ages, but they are holed up in this house, which will give them, you know, a bit, but yeah, they're severely outnumbered right now. Sniper still on the field. Could get some shots there going on those Grens. Actually does get some shots going on the Grens. The Sniper now 16 kills to its name. Veterancy 1 acquired. Needs a little bit more veterancy if it wants to start bumping out some damage. Combat Engineers and Conscripts trying to go for the bunker over here on the far right hand side. The Combat Engineer squad trying to get the flank on it. Gets one of its members killed. And the MG gets it pinned down. A little bit on the edge there. The Combat Engineers and Conscripts are forced away by the bunker. They did manage to decap the point, making it so Oblivion doesn't have as much fuel income for a little while. But, well, I mean, he can really just move back there and capture it again. He has that bunker there for support, so it's not that big a deal. Su-85 could actually do, which is moving over there to the edge, taking some shots and moving back. It is very risky, though, so it's, you know, probably not going to do it, because that's how you get yourself killed as an Su-85, by going too far forward. But, you know, if you send infantry and such in that direction, you know, could potentially go for a snipe. The bunker has taken some damage. It's almost at half strength, so it wouldn't take too many shots to take it down. And that would open that flank. MG42 still sitting there on the hedge. It's actually pinned down, so it doesn't have any effect, really. It gets severely penalized when it is pinned down. It still shoots because the squad is still going to shoot. I suppose it's more of a model mechanic situation. Oh, wow. Well, MG makes it out of there, and the Pyro squad took a beating. Thermovic attack getting called in right on top of, well, right there in the center. That is the, the loitering one that just basically destroys anything in the area. That slug actually needs to get the hell out of there. It's going to take some damage here. Yeah, ow. There goes the damage. SU-85 also nailing it. Second shot flies. Main gun destroyed. And an 18-8 to finish it off. And down goes the Stug as the conscripts pick themselves up a nice kill. So Oblivion now in very dire straits. He is building a Flak Panzer. Needs to cancel that and build himself at least a Panzer IV or something else. Flak Panzer is not going to help him out in any way whatsoever. But he's going to finish building it because that is just how he rolls. Conscript squad in the center. Almost getting itself shot by the Sturmovic a little bit more than the Grens. The Grens did get forced away. Yeah, we do still have more Grens and more MGs all over the place, making it very difficult for Spartak to push forward. Conscript squad down to one man, forced away by the Grens. Flak Panzer moves up into the center. We now have a Katusha getting built for Spartak. Not exactly sure he needs that. I mean, well, he definitely doesn't need that. He already has indirect fire with the mortar that he stole. But, you know, we'll see how good it performs. It can actually be ridiculously good or ridiculously bad. So that's the thing with the Katusha. It's very unreliable. Too much spread in its barrages. Too much spread, and it doesn't have like the sheer amount of rockets that the Calliope had from Vico. Just even that one with the spread, it was like, it actually looked pretty fucking cool. I kind of miss the Calliope. The Katusha, as cool as it is, it's no Calliope. So we're gonna see here. Oh, I gotta take a shot. Okay. So Spartak is pushing over on the right-hand side. Guards, conscripts, and combat engineers. A nice little mix of weaponry, I suppose. We do still have that Flak Panzer on the field. We do have two Su-85s on the wrong side of the field. Not doing too much. Flak Panzer going to take some shots at the guards. The guards can get themselves inside that house to get some shots going with their PTRSs on that Flak Panzer, but they don't because it moved out of range. And the MG moves up to take some shots at the house. Flak Panzer now getting shot. The Su-85s need to move in to engage. The guards are forced off down to 3 men as the Flak Panzer just manhandles them. Conscripts can't get in range to an AT grenade. There goes the AT grenade. Nails the Panzer grenade. Flak Panzer. But, of course, it is not currently damaged, so it does not go below 75% strength, so it doesn't get snared. Katusha getting utilized. Throwing barrage to the front of the base. Highly doubt that it's actually going to hit anything. Yeah, there's nothing there. He's just shooting into the blind, hoping to catch anything. So, yeah, first shot. Very disappointing on the Katusha. Mortar has gotten 9 kills and Veteran C2 acquired, so, you know, it's actually been doing pretty well, especially with the Veteran C2. Gets itself accuracy and rate of fire, so it's just going to be even more deadly. And the replacement mortar for Oblivion has gotten Veteran C1 with only 2 kills. It's kind of the cool thing about them, though. They get Veteran C just because of the sheer amount of damage. Sniper has more rate of fire and sighting, as Veteran C2 has been acquired. And those snipers have been in the game pretty much. Well, I mean, they've been there for the entire game as soon as it came out, so. Girls have been doing a lot of work. 24 kills. Not too bad. Su-85s getting a nice combo going on the Flak Panzer. The Flak Panzer taking a lot of damage. Gets itself targeted by the Sturmovic, and down goes the Flak Panzer. Spartak just laying it on thick and not allowing much to happen. Su-85s push forward. Again, I feel the Su-85s could go and take this down. But it is too risky, and I know he's not going to do it. That's something you think about during the game. Not a lot, at least. Left-hand side, conscripts. Mine did get detonated there at some point. Don't really think I want to look at what actually did that. I don't think it's too important. And yeah, the Sturmovic just loiters around, and this is a nice clump of infantry here. It's actually going to have a turkey shoot at whatever it wants. Stug actually moving forward. The Su-85s are just sitting there. They can actually get some more shots going. Last strafing run coming through for the Sturmovic. Goes for the Grenadier squad. Hits the Stug quite a bit. It brings it down to about 75% strength, and the Su-85s could push forward to take a hit. But no, it looks like the guards and the MG over here are the ones that are going to be engaging it. These guys are right in front of the Stug. The Su-85s need to push forward. No push forward? No, no push forward. Okay. Su-85s will stay there. PTRS rifles doing a lot of work though. Mortar taking some shots into the center. We do see that an MG has been killed here in the center, and that is not the stolen MG, it looks like. Looks like it was. Or was it? Huh. Looks like it may have been the stolen MG considering the way that it's facing and the enemy's dead. But it looks like at the same time, Spartak stole another one. I'm missing all this for some reason. Completely out of it. Conscripts who run forward to get themselves some nice HE grenades going off on the Stugs. Stugs snared, down to about 25% strength. The Su-85s are going on a hunt now. They need to get in there and just shoot. The ones with the rifle shoots. And get, no, they're just going to back off as they don't want to get tossed by Grens. And they haven't been repaired because the combat engineers are otherwise engaged, I suppose. And the Stug makes it out of there alive, which is not exactly what Oblivion, not exactly what Spartak, not Spartan, wanted. Oblivion finally deciding to build himself a pack gun. Yeah, that is what he needs if he wants to stop those Su-85s from charging. But really, he needs the Tiger. The Tiger is the one that can kind of go head-to-head. Katusha, barraging once again, in blind shooting into the center, not going to hit anything. Katusha, such disappointing. Does have 3 kills now, so it's actually done something this time around, so that's pretty good, but yeah. But yeah, I was saying the Tiger is the one that can kind of go head-on against those Su-85s and close the distance to, circle strafe him. If, of course, it is properly supported, or the Su-85s are not being properly supported themselves. Sniper, 26 kills to its name. Rather slow on the killing. The German sniper would do a lot more at this stage of the game, but it's, obviously fragile. MG42 trying to stop all the approaching infantry. Rifle grenade goes off on the MG, not hitting really anything. A little bit of splash damage, but they're all fine. Conscript squad running itself into the MG over here on the right-hand side. Down to 2 men, barely makes it out of there. Veteran C3 still remains, and we do have another mortar getting decrewed for Oblivion, and Spartak could potentially go steal that. Stug back to full strength in the center of the map. We do still have those Su-85s. This one not getting repaired. Combat engineers back at base, not getting reinforced. And the conscripts and guards are moving out right now. Victory points 270 to 449. Oblivion leaving his Stug there. It seems to be only wanting to target vehicles, but now it switches over to shoot at the approaching guards. The Su-85s moved themselves into the center. Now they're going to move back. And we see a second Stug getting produced for Oblivion. It looks like he's not going to be wanting to wait for the Tiger. He feels as he cannot really hope to stand without that. Katusha barrage going straight into the center once again, probably. Yep, there it goes. Throws barrage on top. Second barrage hits. Oh, nails that MG42. And the Grens in the center are retreating through the Katusha barrage as they ran into a little bit of opposition, but they make it out of there. Stug sitting there in the center. Su-85's okay. Well, never mind. Looks like the Su-85s wanted to push forward, but it looks like Oblivion decided to throw in the towel at this point as he, I guess, wasn't feeling that it was going to happen. I mean, he had lost a lot of army, so I suppose that's, you know, understandable. You can compare this army size to this one, and yeah, obviously there's a big difference there. 89 to 42 as well, so. Anyways, guys, I hope you at least enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.